Fellas, if you anything like me, you're super picky about who cuts your hair. And I don't go anywhere else except for House of Barbers. Located right across the street from Marist College on Route 9. Go see Sal and his crew. They will take care of you no matter what your needs are. And they'll even give you hot towel shaves. Old school. We like that. House of Barbers right there on Route 9, 845-232-5036. House of Barbers. Go make an appointment today or just walk in. House of Barbers.
Ooh, it's finally TV, but you don't need cable or sling to see me. Black on his soapbox, Gabe in his bag. Now that's some real black ink. Load the 9 with the mag. First take, the last take. We can juggle the top. Like a barber with the clips, the way we talk in the shop. And since life is like a movie, we gon' stick to the plot. That's why we sponsored by the brand and scrape the weight off the top. Get it? That means we dope. So I'm money my brothers and sisters to stay woke. And we gon' lace the product with facts and straight jokes. The voice of the valley is here to spread hope. Supports a steep slope. They gon' have to let me cook. I don't know how to stop. From the culture to the music, anything else hot. Catch us every Tuesday once you step in the house. Cause all they really wanna know, what we talking about. I'm out.
Ooh, and here we go. Another episode of What We Talking About.
Check, 1 2 1 2 in the place to be. It is your boy Gabriel back again with another deal with this. What we talking about, man? Listen, every Tuesday 7 p.m. You already know what it is. Right here on Finally TV, you catch me and my co-host, co-creator of the show, King Black out in the building. What's going on, good sir?
You talking to me, bro?
Talking to you.
Like you want me to say something?
I also want the people listening. I want y'all to let me know if you hear any type of echo, anything wrong with the audio. As always, to producer Big Ange, let us know if we sound good. But yes, sir, I'm talking to you and expecting words to come out of your mouth. Yes.
Black out. BDB the city, nigga.
Real low. Gabe, you're echoing.
You good, bro?
I'm gonna let you do the show, bro. God. I'm gonna do it like this.
Yeah, you do got a little echo in your voice.
What is this?
Yeah, what's this choppy screen you got going on, though?
There we go. All right, I'm out today. I'm gonna sit on the sideline. You go ahead, do your thing. Sound effect. I'll just sit here because I can't do this today. Salute, G-Man. What's going on? Take it away.
Nah, bro. How you want me to help you? Don't do that.
Yo.
I can hear you.
I know. So can I. I. Guys, this is the result of trying new things before we go live 3 minutes before. Yeah. What's up, Black? How you doing?
Let me do this.
G-Man, there's an echo. Check this out, yo. I made this a while ago. It's pretty dope.
It was an 845. Niggas been saying that on the timeline all week. Now y'all gotta say names. I'm tired of y'all subbing shit. Say names. There is something powerful in living your truth and being who the you are and not being a snake.
But it's that type of time again, man. I'm getting excited. Just be mindful of what you're doing out here. That's just me and my little 2 cents, little Beacon, New York, here on the What We Talking About podcast every Tuesday,
You
7
can't be
p.m.
saying shit like that because then people not gonna jack you. Like you can't be critical of anything. People not gonna jack you, Gabe.
No, I know.
Facts.
You know, whatever, man.
Everybody that's tuning in right now, I see y'all.
It's dope, right? I like that one. Let's go. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. Did that echo go away? Because I don't hear it anymore. So y'all tell me if we go, we good. We rock on like champions. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. right here. This is what we talking about. We got some topics. We got some life. We got some news.
So what's the verdict, man?
We got all that. How you doing, brother?
What's the verdict?
The verdict is there's no more echo. Let me see what party people are saying. G-Man says we good. Thumbs up. Okay, that's what's up. Let's get it. Hit that like, hit that share. You already know we up in here. Back again with another week of this, man. You could tell that the weather got nice today in my attitude, right? Because I'm light with it. I feel good. I'm a little energetic. I got my voice up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All you need is a little 75 degrees and some sun, and Gabe is good to go. So let's keep this trend going. I know it's gonna like rain on the weekend on Saturday a little bit, but things are looking up for Northeast New York areas over here. So I'm feeling good about that. Black man. So before we could get started, and we never did, I was asking you how you was doing and what's good, my brother.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah,
Finna
you
get
look
drunk.
good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yo, how you feel after last night, man, watching them Knicks play? I know you watched that.
I did not watch that bum shit.
You did not watch it?
Nah,
Did you watch game 1?
I did.
Did you enjoy game 1?
It was a game. It happened.
It were. To me, game 1 and game 2, they look identical minus a 21-point run. Like I ain't gonna hold nobody that, you know what I'm saying? Because it looked like we was gonna be in trouble in game 1 until that fourth quarter run happened. You know what I'm saying? And it just I even said it to Andrew while we were watching. I was like, yo, this is cool, it's great. I love it. We're gonna take this dub, but we can't do that all the time though. Team's not gonna let you go on no 21 zip run in that amount of time too. It was like 5.5 minutes. Like, yo. So last night's game was tough for me as a Knicks fan. I'm hoping. What's the best case scenario heading to Detroit? That we take both of them games or a split?
I mean, the best is a sweep, right? So we get the next 2 games.
Yeah, I mean that is the best. But I guess what I'm saying, I think if we leave there with a split, I think I'm okay with that. It's 7 in the first round.
Yeah, 7 every round.
Yeah, 7 every round now. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Shout out to the Knicks. They got to do better. They're not going to win playing the way they playing, though. That's basically what I'm saying. Who you got? Who you got coming out the East? You still got? I remember you saying. I think you said you had Boston, right? But who'd you have coming out the West?
I never picked the Boston to do anything.
You did?
I'm from New York. I don't know where you from, but we don't pick Boston to do anything.
Who did you take from the East?
Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. Okay. And who'd you have them going against?
I don't know, bro. Probably the Thunder at this point.
Yeah. So Luka and LeBron not going?
Nah, fuck them. Expeditiously.
I like it. Okay. Hey, I ain't mad at it, man. I know my beloved Knicks ain't gonna get it there, man. They might not even get out of this first round. But
yeah, I'm just frustrated by them. It's like no matter what we do, we can't get over the hump.
I know.
Feel good about shit. Like that cat trade should have put us there. We got a great starting 5. So I just don't understand why we always playing down the competition.
I know. I feel that way with the Giants too. I feel like both of them teams do that. Yo, shout out to Mr. Catch Rec. He in the building right now. You will see him tomorrow in the studio with the Rec Boys, 7 p.m. every Wednesday. Check it out in the studio with the Rec Boys. Chris, man, what's good, brother? How's Florida doing, man? Days like this make me be jealous of Florida people. I'm like, damn, they get this all the time. And does it get annoying it can't get annoying to have good weather all the time. It just can't. I don't know. I'm not built like that, man. I'm not built like that. I like the warm weather, Black, man. Do you suffer like many of us do from a seasonal depression in any way, like for any of the seasons?
What's a seasonal depression?
I think they define it as the seasons change, you tend to, get within yourself, you get in your feelings a little bit, you come a little distant from people for a moment, you come out of it because it's just ain't nothing happened to you. You just your body don't like the fact that the weather changed. You know what I'm saying?
So
But
if I'm understanding this, so like in March it's winter, and then at the end of March it turns into spring.
You're right.
And because it's turning into spring, I get emo. Is
Right.
that seasonal depression?
Right. And it usually happens the opposite way, where it's like the end of the hot summer months in the Northeast heading into like the fall months or winter.
Is that even seasonal depression then, or is that just niggas don't like the cold? If it's only one way, how could it be like, you know what I mean, uniform?
Maybe, but I do feel like I feel like I am a sufferer of seasonal depression when it gets cold, because I get so happy when it gets nice out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my overall, maybe not aura, but my overall energy level is kind of dictated by the weather a little bit. You don't feel that way at all?
Nah.
You don't get giddy when it's nice out and shit?
No. Giddy?
Oh, yeah, I get giddy. Like, I get happy.
Why? So you can go do some gardening and shit? Like, what you happy about?
Yeah. Be outside, hit the pool, you know what I'm saying? Go to the beach. Hit the road, you know what I'm saying? Drive around the D, loud music on.
Sure. I get the sentiment, but like, if I want that, I just get in the plane.
Oh,
it don't really matter what the season is up here, right? Just middle of December, I want some sun. Get in the plane.
For us common folks, sir.
That definitely don't include you, sir.
Where'd
you go this weekend, Gabe? What was you doing?
I went to Sojo's spot.
Look, this nigga stay talking about the common folk. Gabe, you be living your best life.
Listen,
talk about it.
Those spas are therapeutic, man. That's you know what I'm saying? That's for the mind and body. You know what I'm saying? You got it. I suggest everybody get a massage from don't go to the Asian spot. You know what I'm saying?
Why not? Why are you being racist? Why not?
Well, only because,
I don't.
They're trying to get that money after the little pushing that they do on your back and stepping on you with their dirty feet. They're going to try.
So are you saying all Asian women have dirty feet, Gabe?
I'm saying that after they've been walking on that musty ass, dirty ass, murky floor. Yeah.
Now their floor is dirty, dusty, and murky. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Give yourself the one shot. I want y'all to know that this is not my opinion. I don't co-sign the slander.
You're not condoning this?
Nah.
You're not co-signing?
Nah. already got polygamy misogynist on my jacket. I don't need no more.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. That's right.
I don't need no more, bro.
I forgot about that, cuz.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, for us remaining in here, let's go ahead and hit that shit. I'm gonna do the same thing right now. We're about to get started in this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? 25 minutes later, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk some Asian here about some stuff. And I want y'all to be a part of it, and I want to know what y'all think about it as well, because y'all are dope. Just like my thing says right here, you are all amazing human beings, man. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Man, so aside from basketball and trying to relax a little bit over the weekend, that was pretty much it for me, man. I was happy about being able to, think about this landscaping I got to do, you know what I'm saying? But I had a couple things come up that I had to handle, nothing crazy, and away we go. This day and age, I wake up yesterday, it's all about the Pope passing away. R.I.P. the Pope, man. I didn't realize that he was a 230 something Pope that's been in charge, man. I did not know. Did you know that there's been 230 something popes?
Not Catholic.
Yo. Not Catholic, you said?
Nope, no clue.
Yeah, I had no clue. I did not know. I don't know why I didn't know that, but I didn't know that.
It's like one Jesus.
You know what I'm saying?
Yahweh, I know about him. That's about it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, just saying.
But
no
anyway,
idea.
So you led your exciting life this weekend. You did cool things, I'm sure. Did you hear
It was
about
just Easter, bro? Just Easter.
Just Easter? What'd
Jesus'
you do
birthday weekend.
What'd you do? You
Resurrection.
Do
I mean,
Just
yeah,
swing?
what everybody else did, bro. Nothing wild. Just, you know what I mean? Jesus and family.
Jesus and family.
Jesus and family.
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
God
bless
was there
you.
too.
Okay.
Jesus and family.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
it was
everybody
simple.
who celebrated Easter, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've never been an overly celebratory type of person with like the different holidays and all that. Like I get into, Christmas and the gift giving and the, you know, paying it forward type of ish. But like yeah, man, Easter and all that. I never really got into it like that, man. Didn't get together for big, shout out to my mom-in-law, God rest her soul. She was the one that got me into doing like anything traditional for Easter, getting together, family and eating and all that. But the Rivera household, man, I guess we was a bunch of heathens, bro. We didn't celebrate shit. We didn't go to church. You know what I'm saying? We was outside cutting the grass with my father on Sunday. He didn't care.
Yeah. Were you guys not religious in the house? That the idea?
No, we was God fearing, but not overly religious.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was interesting upbringing. Like my parents felt like they didn't want to force any type of religion on me, and Puerto Ricans, they constantly have that battle, Jehovah's Witness versus just straight Christians, and then the Catholic side, like, there's a conflict there within it all. You know what I'm saying? So my mom ain't having none of that. My pops grew up Catholic, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, she wasn't trying to push that on us, and he wasn't like well versed in it. He just believed, so yeah, my upbringing religiously was kind of crazy. And then the craziest part is that I have like one of the most biblical names. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
that you do.
So yeah, man. So shout out to that. Shout out to all the families that got together. You know what I'm saying? I salute y'all. It's beautiful when you could do that. I encourage you to do it more than just around the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your family, man. Yeah, man. What's up? What's on your mind today, man? When Black woke up and you said, "Damn, man, I gotta work. I do a shit, and I gotta rock with Gabe at 7:00 for the show." What was you thinking about talking about, man? What topics on top of mind?
Not shit.
There's not a lot going on. There's like shit going on, but there's not a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got quite a few. I got a few things over here, but I was just kind of trying to pick your brain, see what's going on, man.
I mean, yeah, we got a few things to get to, bro. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, like normally, like life has been life in a little bit, but I feel like coming off of Easter weekend, it's just been more kind of chill in that pocket. So, let's get into what's going on, because I don't think my life is interesting this week. Not enough to give the world enjoyment hearing about my escapades. Wasn't no escapades this week, bro. It's really just chill, work. You know what I mean? Family. Like Easter's not really a turn up holiday. It's literally, you know what I mean. I will tell you this. I ain't see too many eggs on Sunday. I saw a whole lot of plastic joints. Yeah, I ain't see too. I seen one motherfucker try to crack the bitch. Was like, where the egg at? Like, nah, ain't no eggs. So I think that's part of the reason why Easter don't feel like Easter. I saw the bunny, but I didn't see no eggs, dog. I just saw plastic joints, and it was horrible.
Copy.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sure you saw some adorable faces, and God bless you for that, man.
Yeah, I saw the best adorable face.
You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Sir? Yeah, so there are a couple of little things on my list that I wanted to touch on, because one thing that came up, and we're gonna stay here in this pocket for a second, because you got something that's gonna be on the heels of this too. But a lot of lists coming out, right? There's a lot of lists coming out, a lot of top 5 stuff coming out, a lot of stuff like that, and we're gonna get to where you're gonna go with it in a moment. But like, now they're putting out what I like lists that aren't like opinionated lists. Like I like lists that come out that just deal with facts. Like, yo, did you know these are the top 11 richest female rappers of all time? You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
there's nothing to debate there. This is just straight numbers and who got what, right?
So you like lists on a podcast that you can't talk about because it's just steeped in fact. So you want to just read the list and then move on?
No, well, there's conversation to be had even in that list because while the other
Go.
lists are perfect for content, and I agree
Okay.
with that, right?
Okay.
I do agree with that. The lists that come out that have the facts laid on them and is built that way, I like to almost like trivia with it because I didn't realize some of the names that were on here and some of the names that aren't on this list for top 11 richest female artists all time, right?
Okay.
There's
Okay.
some names that are omitted that were like, So if I said to you, let me say to you, yes, let's say the names, let's say Iggy Azalea, okay? Let's say the name, let's say the name Lil Kim,
Mm-hmm.
let's say the name Meg The Stallion, and let's say the name Pepper from Salt and Pepper. One of those four women isn't on this list. Could you tell me who? Or who could you presume who, I should say?
I literally have no context. You just named
Rich.
what Iggy's white.
So
Oh, so this is about the list is about rich being rich.
yeah.
I would say Pepper.
Right.
Right.
Do you know that Lil Kim is not on this list? Like that baffles my mind, bro. You know?
But how? So wherever this list came from, do they have access to her actual bank account and her investment portfolio, or is this just based off of what you made off of record sales?
No, because they took into consideration people like Missy Elliott who have done a lot of things in fashion and took her net worth
Based on
and
what though? That's what I'm asking. Like, how do they get her net worth?
based on what she did professionally. So for her, it would be her music and her fashion shit.
No, Gabe, where are they
What?
getting the numbers from? I understand
Oh,
what the idea of net worth is, but how do you validate what they're saying?
oh. So this is coming from CEO Today. It's an
Okay.
online article. And any net worth, all net worth up until this moment right here, 2025. So they're not really telling you how they validated the stuff, but they just given the like the profile on them, what
Okay.
they did, and then the number. And Cardi B's, so Nicki's number one with 190 million. Okay. Cardi B is number two, but she's back at 101. So Nicki's like a whole nother superstar in between her and number two. Like,
But I guess where does she get 100 million from? From where?
let's see. Uh, music,
She had one
being a
album.
music influencer and brand collaborations and investments. She continues to dominate both music and business.
What investments does Cardi B have that we
I don't
know?
know. So it kind of answers your question about what you're saying, like how deep they were diving, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I don't
they're
know.
diving pretty deep if they're able to talk
Are
about her
are they
net.
or are they just saying it, Gabe? I guess that's my point.
So
It's
what you're on?
hard to,
So you can't believe what you see on the internet? Is that what you're trying to tell
that's
me?
no, I'm not
Oh,
trying, and I'm not trying to be negative Nancy either. I'm saying if we're having this conversation,
mhm.
and the second person on this list is Cardi B, I don't really care about the order. Where did you get that Cardi B made 100 M's? How? Because I don't know any actual business that she's involved in on a publicly traded scale that I have access to. And if it's private, then you don't know how much that money's worth, how much money that company's valued at. So where does it come from? Because if she had like a brand deal with Ford or some shit, or McDonald's paying her 50 M's, that's public because Mickey D's is publicly traded. I've
Right,
never
right.
seen any of this.
I'm just reading more.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like they pull these numbers out they ass. How? Where? Where does 100 M's come from?
So Okay, and now Missy Elliott is number 4. They got her at 63.5 million net worth. Music, and contributions in fashion is what they're saying for her.
All right, let's do the list because I don't want to take away from the list. I just don't understand where the hell the numbers came from, but I'm with it.
Lizzo's net worth got her at 50.8 million at number 5 right now. You heard me? Meg Thee Stallion at 38.1. This is crazy. And then Iggy at 19. Peppa at 19. I never heard who's Cheryl James.
No idea.
Me either. Cheryl James 17, and then Doja Cat with 15 net worth. 28 years old. God bless her. God bless her. Shout out to CEO Today for the list. But yeah, very interesting. I mean, if you dissect it the way you do, then it's not. It doesn't hold any weight. But if you're just taking it in for what they're trying to present, it's crazy to me that Lil Kim doesn't have a crazy net worth like that. Like you say, she might, and they're just not privy to it. Maybe she don't like them. She don't want to be printed in their platform. But that's kind of crazy though. So that's what last hit me right before I sat down. That was the last notification I got, and I was checking that out. So I figured we could talk about that for a moment. But the conversation around this kind of if we catch questioning the source.
Yeah, like I said, I don't mean to. I just what's more likely in the conversation that Little Kim don't got 10 million or that Cardi got 100 M's? Like, which one is more likely?
I'm more shocked that Lil Kim doesn't have at least 15 M's net worth to be on that list.
Right. Does that even make sense when you hear it?
And it doesn't. But like,
correct.
how bad does she mismanage her money? How
or they just don't know and they're making up numbers.
Or they don't know. My people, yo, Rock is tuning in from the motherfucking yacht. Shout out to you, brother. They probably add the value of the houses and cars. They do all that. Your net worth is you're allowed to do that. You got to minus away what the loans are and mortgages are for all that stuff too. But there's a net worth right there, even if you have a mortgage on a house. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hopefully you got some equity in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope a little bit. You know what I mean? But hey,
so all right, let's think about this, right? So the lowest person on that list was who and at what value? Because you said Kim wasn't who. So who was 20th?
No, it went to 11, and it
Okay, who
was
was 11th?
Doja Cat, 15 million.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna ask again. Regular people got net worths of $1 and $2 million, like
Right.
regular 9 to 5 people.
Sure.
Like my house is worth $1 million, right? So
Sure.
Lil Kim ain't got 15 M's.
That's
Seriously?
crazy to think.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It's crazy to think, but she might not. I mean, according to this list, I'm gonna say nah, she don't, and that's crazy. That means there was a serious mismanagement, and Puff belongs in jail. Belongs in jail just for what he did to Lil Kim.
She was never signed to him ever.
Listen, he has something to do with her. He has something to do with her bread. Everybody in this live right now knows that Puffy has something to do with her bread. Come on, son.
Oh man, you just as bad as them. You just gonna put another thing on Diddy jacket. All right, bro, you got it.
You got to.
I'm not co-signing this shit.
You gotta own that, bro. He gonna get off, bro. Diddy gonna get off. Diddy gonna do like time served type shit. Watch. This is getting crazy now with this whole legal system getting crazy. But anyway, speaking of lists and all that,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We did want to do a couple weeks ago or a week ago, we had brought up the top 5 posse cuts and just like a personal, type of thing, you know what I mean? And I know you wanted to go back and do some homework so you could think about it a little bit. You care to share what you were able to? What up, Bunky? I see you. Shout out to everybody in the fucking chat right now. We appreciate you. Hit that live, hit that shares every Tuesday, 7 p.m. What we talking about? It's Gabriel King Blackout. What's good? What's your posse? What's your 5th most favorite?
I don't got. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't got to order.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. I just got 5.
All right. What's one? What's
Monster.
one of them?
Monster.
Monster.
Yep, from Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Kanye, Jay-Z, Nicki, Rick Ross. You know,
Mhm.
Monster.
Okay, that's a good one.
I was gonna ask you what your criteria was.
Just has to be 4 or more.
Okay.
4 or more different factions.
Okay. So
That's
yeah,
it.
I got Monster.
Monster. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, what you got?
I mean, for all-time favorite posse cuts, um, I could just say the most cliche things ever, but like I do appreciate. I'll go with my old school joint, the Symphony, with everybody up in there. Big Daddy, Cool G, Craig G, Master Ace, Molly Mall. Yeah, yeah. Symphony for me. Be
Okay.
in it in my 5 somewhere. How about
Got
y'all
you.
in the comments? Let us know.
Got you. Being born. Got you. Got you.
Did you say being born?
Yeah, being boring, being boring. Got you. Um, all I do is win.
That has 4 people in it.
Yep.
Luda killed.
T-Pain, Ludacris, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross, and of course DJ Khaled.
Man, you including Khaled as a rapper?
I don't need to. It's his song. But if we're not even including him, it's still T-Pain, Ludacris, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross.
Snoop Dogg's he's in the original or the remix?
This is the original version.
Oh yeah. They just always cut it off
I mean,
after Luda's verse.
Luda actually called it out. This is the original version, nigga.
yeah.
It's not the remix. So yeah. The fuck?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. What was I gonna say? For me, the name of the song is fucking me up right now. But I wanted to know, am I allowed to say like a Slaughterhouse song because it's 4 different people?
Nope.
Or like
Slaughterhouse is absolutely a group.
What up? Yeah, because Slaughterhouse is a group, so that's not really fair. I'm going off the top of the dome.
Bro, you didn't do your
Cause
homework. Copy.
what else you got? Let me hear what you got.
Nah, bro, we going back and forth. Can't get my whole damn list.
I'm not going back and forth with nothing right now. Come on, man.
What you mean? Come on, man. Stop talking to me like you finked out, bro. What you mean? Let me see. This nigga, bro.
What you got?
Scenario 2000.
2000.
Yep.
Not the 91 version.
No. I figured you would have picked it.
So, well, Scenario's got to be in there somewhere, but
So didn't put him in there.
so Scenario 2000, who that with?
DMX, Eve, the Rough Riders, who were, by the way,
It was the Locks.
correct. But at the time of the recording, the Locks were still on Bad Boy. So I snuck it up in there. Yeah. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Flavor in Your Ear remix. Boom, boom, boom.
The LL Cool J version?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. With
Okay.
Rampage and Busta and Biggie.
Okay.
Hell yeah. That's just fire. That beat was so dope. They didn't even do nothing to it for the remix. They just played it again.
So when LL said, "Here shit, delicious," that was your part?
Yeah, sure. My dick too big. Hold it for me. Come on, man. What else you got?
What you mean? Come on, man. Like, don't be rushing my picks, dog.
I got one that I just remembered.
Go ahead, cause you behind anyway.
The Annie Up remix.
Oh, you fucking you Buster.
Yeah. With MOP, Buster.
Yeah,
That shit fire.
Take it off my list. Is you gonna cape for it or you just gonna name some shit? All right, you're not caping for real. I got one.
What you got?
Hot Boys remix.
Hot Boys remix.
Missy, Nas, Eve, Q-Tip, Lil Mo. That Hot Boys remix went hard when it came out. Escobar, CD up bikes. I'm taking lanes, headlights, shine so bright, bitches. Don't get me started, bro. That was that shit. That Hot Boys remix, wasn't it? Even Q-Tip got off a little bit.
He did.
Nah,
Yeah.
not Hot Boys remix.
Yeah, sure. Nah, you know, because this is your favorites. I can't. What am I gonna say?
Okay.
You know, one joint that I really like, man, and I know you bigged up this album before, but Young Buck, that song, he's got a song with like I think it's called Stomp with
Yeah.
Game, T.I., and somebody else. There's 4 people on it. Yo, that shit is fire. I think it's Lloyd Banks. Yo, that shit is fire, bro. That
Good.
shit is
So you ain't think enough to get my last choice. I'm happy about that.
all right. What you
And
got?
of course, one of the greatest collaborations of all time. International Players Anthem. UGK and Outkast.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. That's a lot of good music right there, man.
One of the top 5 feature verses of all time. Andre 3 Stacks.
So they say.
I think it is.
So they say.
I think it is.
Does he get more love than he should, or he really was that dude?
He don't get enough love.
He don't get enough love. Love it. I won't let Black Bully me rock. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Who your 5th one? What's your 5th one? How have you not said, like, come on, bro, the original
Scenario?
I mean, besides Scenario.
But besides Scenario.
Yeah, the original Posse Cut.
What, Buddy?
So you heard that and you thought, Buddy?
The original
Rapper's Delight, bro.
Oh, nah, hell no.
No?
Nah, I'm good. That's not a Posse Cut. They was really trying to do that thing.
What happened to OGs over everything? What happened to these niggas paved the way?
Man, listen, Scenario, Symphony.
Okay.
That's I mean, that's solid right there, brother.
Okay.
You know what was dope, bro? Was it that the Big Pun joint? John Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
That joint was fire. And that shit has like 6 MCs on it. That shit is dope. I put that in there on my 5. How about that?
Also got honorable mention.
Fire.
One of my favorite records personally. 24 Hours to Live.
Yo, hell yeah.
Fire.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Fire.
Hell yeah. That's gotta be on the list. It can't not be on the list.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
In some way, shape, or form, that song gotta be on there. Yeah, 24 Hours to Live was dope.
If I had 24, no, I gotta get the raw. Come on, bro.
No. It was that's one of them ones. It definitely is. Dope, man. It's nice just to reminisce about the songs, man. You think the future and now will give us something, deliver something like that again, or you think it's just a different world nowadays? Shout out to Big Face in the building.
You don't even hear too many records with 4 niggas on it. You hear a lot with 3.
Yeah.
You hear a lot with 3.
Yeah.
Not really 4 though, because we now in the 2-verse era.
Yeah.
They really don't got nowhere to put them. They don't really do it justice.
You either do 8. Everybody got to do like 8 bars and be out.
Right. But like, you don't really hear it that much.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think it's a rap unless music shifts again another kind of way. It just won't be the norm.
Got you. Do you ever check for like battle rappers music?
No. Check for, right? You said the word check for? No.
Yeah.
But what I did watch this weekend, Daylight and Rum Nitty.
Oh yeah, I got that pay-per-view.
Yeah, how did you not jump on that the minute we got on the microphone? I'm like, yo, Gabe is gonna love the fact that I actually sat here and watched this battle this weekend so we can pontificate about what we watched.
Yeah, definitely could do that. But before we move on to battle rap and Rum Nitty showing his ass against Daylight, with all these lists coming out, you also mentioned like Mount Rushmores are also being mentioned about the best of this and best of that. You had some thoughts on that. Let's talk about that.
Damn, I thought I segued perfectly, but all right, let's rewind. Let's take a step back. Sure.
We're still on lists. We're still on lists.
But I wasn't. I was off that. We just did a list. We could have split that up. But you know what? You got it, producer.
Man, here we
It's
go.
it's cool. It's one of them days. So
Just one of them.
the Mount Rushmore of whatever's been beaten to the ground.
It
So
is.
the internet has jumped the shark. They running it to the ground.
For
But
real.
before I got tired of listening to the list, I saw the top. I saw the Mount Rushmore of R&B music, and boy, was it interesting. Because I think good R&B by the way is there's a lot of really phenomenal, impactful R&B over the years. You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some fucking heavyweights in this category who would knock your head off. So when you picking the top 4 of all time, I thought this list might be something to fuck with.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw the list and I got an ulcer. So let's look at what they got. You can tell me what's wrong when I'm done. You ready?
Yeah.
Robert Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
Usher Raymond,
Okay.
Chris Brown,
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Okay. Those are the 4.
Those are the 4. This is the Mount Rushmore of R&B music, by the way.
So who for you, the no-brainers, I'm assuming, would be R. Kelly and Usher for you?
I wouldn't assume shit. I want you to tell me what you think.
Oh, okay. For me,
Think about that. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to argue. I mean, it's a phenomenal 4. You know, there's not many. You know, there's I guess no, there's equivalent artists out there still. I guess. Where do we put Prince with all this? Does he fall into R&B?
It's a good question.
You know what I'm saying?
This is why it's something I wanted to chew on a little bit. Like, do you consider him R&B?
Man,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Can you not?
Do you consider Michael Jackson R&B?
What do we say? What would we say Prince is then? What would we say? Light rock? Is that what they would try to categorize him as? Like, it has to be R&B.
Michael's the king of pop with R&B influence. So, like,
right?
Is Michael R&B? Yeah, exactly. How the fuck do you even quantify the disco shit he was doing in the late 70s and the early 80s with shit like Off the Wall and all that? And how does that go with like Bad? Like what? Like I don't think on any planet Bad sounds like an R&B album.
Right.
But I also don't think it's what we consider to be pop today. I don't even know what the fuck you call it.
Yeah. Do you think because of the influence he had on R&B is why he's there? Or do you think because of his actual contribution?
I don't think he had an influence on R&B. On rhythm and blues, I don't think Michael plays a part in that at all. Like you can be great and have your lane. Like he had a lane and it wasn't rhythm and blues. He didn't do for R&B what come on, Luther did. What are we saying?
They chatting over here. Vanessa and Bunky are chatting right now. So
Talk about it.
So Bunky's saying, well, Michael should be first. Usher
on an R&B list? On an R&B Mount Rushmore. Okay.
I would love to hear what you have to say about that. Nessa says, take out Michael and put in Marvin Gaye.
I'm telling you. Listen, this list, some of these niggas not up here is nasty.
Sade.
By the way, where the fuck is the female representation? Like, you know what I like about the confines of 4? Because somebody very worthy gonna be left out. But I do think that we could talk about the prevailing selections on this list. Michael Jackson is not R&B. I'm not saying he never made an R&B song, but when you hear "Oh, the girl is mine," I'm not thinking R&B nothing. You feel me?
Right.
When you hear "Dirty Diane," I'm not thinking R&B nothing. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm just not thinking about it. When you hear Thriller, I don't think R&B.
So you want to put like Guy?
I'm saying, bro, where the fuck is Luther?
Right, Luther.
Where's Gerald? Where's Bobby?
Yeah.
Where's Bobby? Like, come on. Where's Marvin? Like, what the fuck is we saying here? It's a lot of recency bias on this list.
How does Johnny Gill stack up?
Not in this list. Not in this conversation. He ain't got enough. It's too many. It's too many monster heavyweights. Johnny Gill would be like a middleweight.
Yeah.
Yeah. These niggas on this. These niggas.
Yeah.
Monsters.
No, they are. They're
Monsters. Yeah.
All right. So like for female, like we're not saying
No, we're not separating. Nope, we're not separating, Gabe.
No, I know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm just saying for female representation, where can we go with it?
Do we need to have one? Is the one that was good enough?
Right. So are we talking about Sade?
Nah.
Are we talking about Mary?
Well, now we chatting. Because I think she absolutely should be in this list. Now we chatting. How the fuck is she not on this list?
So you take Michael out?
Absolutely. Quick.
What about Stevie Wonder, like Vanessa be saying?
Let's talk.
Who you take out for Stevie?
Why you think I do?
Oh no, because this is just the way you reacted to the name.
Okay, so like with Mary, it's obvious she belongs on this Mount Rushmore. Obvious to me.
So you would take Michael off and put Mary on.
Michael, the easiest one to take off this list.
Okay.
Easy. Number 2. Do Stevie go on this list? Because I also consider Stevie more pop. And I'm not trying to start a war, yo. I'm just saying, like,
leave Michael alone. We not messing with Michael.
Love Michael. We gonna get to the pop thing one day.
Yeah.
There's some overlap. There's some niggas that can live in both worlds. Michael ain't one of them. Michael is not the king of R&B, bro. Like never. Like, do you agree at that point?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So he doesn't need to be nowhere near this Mount Rushmore. Nowhere. Cool. I don't think Prince is on this list either. I think that's a different type of nigga. I think them two niggas on their own Mount Rushmore with a different genre of music. But we can get there later. Mary, absolutely. I tell you, the one nigga on this list that need to be on this list, R. Kelly. Robert fucking Kelly deserves to be on this list. I know. So I'm saying when you asking me like my two that's solidified, Robert, Mary. Start from there. The rest of the discussion is outside of them two. That's how I feel. I ain't mad at Usher neither, because that nigga got like 40 slaps.
You know, and you can't. I mean, Chris Brown.
I ain't mad at CB, but I'm just saying, like, if you said Marvin got to be in this list, I wouldn't be mad. I just know I'm not moving Mary and Robert off.
Okay, there you go. So, chat. I guess I'm talking about Bunky and Vanessa, y'all too. If we had to put Stevie on or Prince on, even though we're saying Prince had his own lane as well as Michael, who would you take off? Does Chris Brown come off this list? I don't see how.
Nah, he's so strong, but I just, I think, all right.
But Marvin Gaye was the other one. My bad.
I'm giving you my opinion. So like, let's start there. Do you agree that Mary should be on this list?
I was surprised that she wasn't on the list.
Okay.
I was surprised when she wasn't on the list. And when I saw Michael there, in my mind, I said, okay, they were going a different way with that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I said to myself. So,
do you agree that Robert is undeniable on this list?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Do you agree that if anybody had to move, it would be Usher or Chris? Not saying they should.
Right.
I'm saying if anybody had to move, be one of them two.
Because you're saying we already put in Mary and Robert,
and they're so solid. This list don't exist.
Yeah,
even if they're not 1 and 2. I'm just saying like they on this list. They have to be.
I don't know. I really like. What are we going off? Because we're going off overall body of work and like
we going on wherever the fuck we feel.
Influence and all that. I
don't think there has to be some strict criteria, bro.
How can you get those two out of there?
That's what we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking no. I don't think you can take. I think you would have to leave them. You could mess with Michael only because the genre doesn't match as well. Because if we're just talking about success, then you just put Mike at the top and then there's everybody else. I get it, but like in this situation, I think if we're talking about the most influential, right? Because I think that's what it comes down to the Mount Rushmore. No,
because I don't think that the Mount Rushmore of presidents is about the four most influential. Necessarily.
I always took it that way though.
I mean, they skipped a whole bunch of niggas that matter too, but okay.
Right.
They stick the four that's on there stick out because they're on there, but I don't think necessarily that their contributions are the four most significant.
there's a lot of work with those original 4 they had, though.
Because it's ingrained in us, and I think that the other presidents are not taught as deeply as the core 4. So
Right.
I think it's revisionist. If you look back, you hear about Lincoln, Washington, right? You hear about them, so it's ingrained in what you think. But if it wasn't, I think this other niggas could be in that list. I think FDR could be in that list, honestly, with his contribution to society, what he did, his New Deal, taking us out of the like the what he did as a president. He could be in that list. I think Lyndon B could be in that list. Yeah. I think Reagan would be on a modern list. I think JFK, the way he was loved, could be on the list. But that's a different conversation. I don't want to. I'm not saying he was a good president or not. I'm just saying, like, I think that was a moment in time when they had 15 niggas to choose from, and they chose them 4. We have the hindsight of 2025, and music has been around for 50 plus years, right? Yeah. So we got a whole bunch of niggas to choose from. I'm saying, how do you leave Bobby Brown off of this list when he was literally the prince of this shit for 15 years? Like, be for real. Between New Edition and his solo shit, he's not on this list. Bobby fucking Brown is not on this list.
Man, and yeah, the groups though too, like like Boys II Men is coming to mind, and like it's like so much crazy.
Like
shit. There's some crazy
Bobby,
shit.
Bobby Brown never crossed your mind.
Bobby, he's like a patriarch of the whole thing. I guess I would call him, like, but no, he didn't jump in my mind when I seen the list as why isn't he there? But I could have that discussion, like, because he was influential with the group and with his solo career. I don't know. I think you can have the conversation without him. Why? You can make the argument for him to be on it.
I think so, bro. I think his impact in the game and the culture. I think so. Was he not the first sex symbol?
Before Bobby, you don't think there was anybody? I mean, no. I mean,
not the way. Yeah, it was him.
For R&B, you're saying specifically?
Yeah.
Well,
like Luther, his hair was fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Marvin Gaye was wearing tight ass pants. I'm just saying, like, nah. Bobby changed what it meant to be in that genre,
like Teddy
in his time. I mean, nah, Teddy wasn't. Teddy didn't have the sauce that Bobby had. Bobby was a different nigga. Barry White was not I'm not saying women wouldn't fuck with her, but Barry White was not a sex symbol. Bobby fucking Brown was a sex symbol. He was a sex symbol as a nigga. You know how rare that is?
I'm just trying to think before.
And Gabe, for a dark skinned nigga? Nah, for real though.
I'll be sure is what Bunky brings up. I see you, Bunky.
Okay.
I'll be sure was gorgeous, he said.
Sure.
Was he before Bobby though in New Edition?
He ain't had them records. It all be in Bobby walking to a room, Bobby getting all the bitches. Like, that's just what it was. Am I wrong?
If Aaron Hall and R. Kelly walked in, they would just split. They wouldn't even know who's who.
Here we go. All I'm saying is, like, the same conversation we would have about LL and what he did for hip hop. I think those same tenets apply to Bobby Brown and literally R&B music when it's about being just that. A desirable fuck your girl type of nigga. Bobby embodied that. He embodied that.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I think Al is a one-hit wonder. He just looked good. Yeah. Bunky. Can you recall who might have been a black sex symbol in R&B before Bobby Brown?
Sex symbol.
Like,
niggas that could sing before him, but not a sex symbol.
Right. That's what I'm asking her. Like, does she recall anybody? Because, like, I'm sitting here trying to think of it, and, like, I start falling back, and I'm like, Elvis, but, like, like, that's not what I mean. It might be that.
It's Bobby, man. Put some respect on that man's name. It's fucking Bobby Brown.
I mean, because is the first sex symbol for rap LL?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it can be that.
He made it cool to be sexy and do rap.
Right.
That wasn't a thing.
And has yeah. Oh, Babyface. That's a good one. Funky.
I think people like Babyface. I don't. Bunky,
He's up
you
there.
was there. You was
but
there though.
Talk about the
Bobby fucking
influence.
Brown. Bobby Brown.
Uh-huh.
Bobby Brown. Like, think about this. Bobby Brown. When Bobby Brown was doing Bobby Brown things,
Uh-huh.
who was shaking the room? Who was shaking the arenas? Who was doing this the way Bobby Brown was doing it? Literally getting tackled, fumbled. I know Genuine was getting cracking, but Genuine was early 90s. Bobby's 80s.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bobby was first.
Late 80s, early 90s.
I mean, Bobby was new at that. Like, come on, bro. Bobby was a kid. Late 70s, early 80s.
No, he's not that old, bro.
Yeah, Bobby Brown old as fuck, though.
No, he's that old, but that's not when he was doing his thing, though. He was doing his thing late 80s to 90s.
Yeah, but he was in the 80s.
Yeah, but he wasn't 70s, bro. Come on, making him like
I
he
mean,
wasn't rocking. He wasn't rocking with Elvis.
He was born in the 70s.
He wasn't opening up for Elvis and shit.
My bad, dog. He was born in the 70s. I'm just saying. Like,
He was.
Yeah,
He was. All right. So, hey, maybe
he might have been born in the 60s.
Bobby is
Don't get me
probably. I'm gonna say Bobby's probably like 8 to 10 years older than me. So yeah,
About to
like
look
59,
right now.
60.
He was born in 69.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So shout out to Bobby, man. But yeah, no, I ain't mad at a list that same exact list and just taking Mary and putting that in place of Michael. I think that's a very formidable, influential four right there.
Candy Girl dropped in 83. So like that was my point, early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Candy Girl was 83.
83 for a New Edition?
Yeah. And his solo joint was 84. Like, it's come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 80s.
Yeah, it is. No, it's definitely the 80s. And it bled into the 90s too.
He definitely was running the 90s still, yeah.
You know, because I remember early 90s Bobby was still a thing.
So give me your 4, bro, because I know we went back and forth, but like I was making my cases for my niggas. I don't mean you agreed. Like, do you?
No, where I'm at with it is I do think about like the Gerald Leverts of the times, and
Yeah, so my father did it for you.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like he was that.
We're making a list. You gotta listen. Everybody can't go. We're making a list. Yeah,
I know. I told you though. I could just say status quo where it is and just remove Michael and put Mary, and I'm pretty happy with that. If that was my 4, I'm good. You know, Usher, Chris Brown, R. Kelly, and Mary. That's good for me. I'm fine with that right there. I will say that, like I said earlier, when I first saw that R&B Mount Rushmore, when I saw Michael on it, it did give me room for pause, and I was like, oh, the criteria is gonna be different with this one. You know what I mean? For him to be on the thing with Usher, I'm like, is it because of the dancing? It's like that's almost where I went with it. I'm like, it's almost like the 3 of them dance. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly wasn't a big dancer, you know what I'm saying? But 3 of them dance like a motherfucker. So is that why Michael's there? You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't sure. So to take Michael off and put Mary on, because that was my first thought, where's she at? And then I thought Prince too, but I could be convinced that Prince needs his own lane, because you can't really. You think people argue us that he's not R&B?
I think people would just start there because it's the easiest thing to try to fit him in. But he's absolutely not R&B.
The barge, yes.
He's absolutely not R&B, and neither is Michael Jackson, and neither is Stevie Wonder. And we're gonna talk about them niggas in another list. But them niggas is not R&B. Not the way we think about it when we name everybody else in the category except them.
That's a crazy trio right there that you just named.
It is.
That's a fucking crazy trio, brother.
So if I had to drop one at this point, CB got the yammers, but I feel like Usher. Usher made Nice and Slow, bro. Like I don't. Nothing. Yeah. Like nothing. It's Usher. So that's my 4, bro. It's Usher. It's probably Bobby Brown. It's probably Mary J.
Okay.
And Robert Kelly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right here on What We Talking About, the podcast. Shout out to everybody listening on Blaze 'em Up Radio. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to
CB
DJ.
would definitely be 5th though. Like he's right there.
Yeah, CB. I mean, just his body of work alone he's
Yeah.
got hit after hit. I mean,
R&B's tough though. That category is massive, and how deep it is, bro. Think about how weak it is today. Not that there's not good R&B artists, because there are,
mm,
but nothing is hitting like this old shit used to hit.
I
None
know,
of it.
I know, I know. It's true.
That's why the birth rate is down, by the way. That's why Donald Trump talk about giving niggas. No, for real, nigga. Like we like, hold up, gay. I don't know how you was getting freaky deaky, right? But like that was a thing, right? 80s, 90s, early 2000s, like soundtracks to making babies was a thing. You put on them right joints and you getting active. You feel me? What songs in the last 10 years go on that list? Because I can't think of one that I would put in the baby making list from the last decade. Not one. Which means it ain't hitting like it's supposed to.
Right. Right.
Because it's all like smooth shit. It's not a lot of love and love making going on. There's some. I'm not saying there's none. But it ain't the same. It don't hit. It doesn't hit the same. R. Kelly got 20 of these records.
Yeah.
They make you want to go in there and pop out a progeny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
But with
I
these
get
rappers singing, they not making love music, bro. They just making sad boy music. It don't hit the same.
Yeah. No, it's definitely they call it vibe music, and it's definitely not that type of vibe. At least not for grown folk like me. It don't hit me that way. So I don't know. Interesting topic though. Interesting. Does if there was a conversation that encompassed Mariah Carey and Michael, is that do they belong in the same Rushmore?
I don't want to spill the rest of the milk, but we got a whole season to do.
That's a good one though.
It's a lot of niggas not on this list that could be on their own list. But
Yeah,
I do think that there's a distinction between, especially in the 80s and 90s, between rhythm and blues and pop. And not that you couldn't have any crossover, but there was a distinction with the type of artist and the way the music sounded. And I think it's obvious when you start naming them.
They need more Freddie Jackson.
Woo, Freddie J.
Yeah, today's music can't even compare. It's just it's almost like the music's out there, but it's just like with hip hop. You definitely got to go seek it. But there's people out there making music. Don't get it twisted. It's just that you definitely got to go look for it, and it's gonna be an artist that maybe independent. You know what I'm saying? Might be a little underground or whatever, but you would have to go search it. It's definitely not in the forefront like it was, 30 years ago. It's just a different world nowadays. Speaking of nowadays, back in the day with Gabe, on this day, the one and only Bahamadia was born. She's actually exactly 10 years older than me, so that would make her 59 years old. So shout out to Bahamadia. And in unfortunate ways, today also marks the day that we lost the one and only Shock G from Digital Underground, who was notoriously famous for his I shouldn't say notoriously famous, but he went famous for his depiction of my man 50 grand. What's his name? It was Humpty, but that was it. What was Humpty's name? It was just Humpty. My name is Humpty. Yeah, it was just Humpty. I'm bugging over here. Shout out Shock.
You asking me about your childhood? Come on, bro. These are heroes.
Listen, that was sad though, Shock G. And then it sucks when you hear all about all the good shit that they were a part of and doing like after they die and all that. So
sure. And they gave us Tupac.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Absolutely did. So that's back in the day with Gabe. So shout out to those individuals. That's really all that happened on April 22nd in history of hip hop, was just those two things. So let's clean it up. Let's let somebody drop some music or something. What's up?
Is you tired of the 420 gimmick? Like, I'm sick of every year 420 comes around, everybody's being corny. Like 420. Like,
it's funny that you say that, because I do have a lot of stoner friends, and a few of them were not happy with the presentation in parties that were set up by different outfits across this county. And yeah, I think the words corny came up. I think the words oversaturated came up. I think the words
super commercial at this point.
Yeah, just like boring and just like a shopping event. You know what I mean? But yeah, am I tired of it? I never really I'll celebrate 420. Yo, happy 420, my dude. That way. But like, I never really like was trying to go anywhere for all that. And now that it's
Got you.
legal, getting around other people in this day and age with how many weirdos are out there and how many different outfits are just trying to make $1 nowadays, you gotta be careful where you go. So I understand why all the events that were going on around in town weren't really that well received, because like I say, they just turned into like marketing events and like trade shows to sell different shit, you know what I mean? So to answer your question, yeah, I'm a little tired of it. I think the novelty is worn off. It's almost like when things are illegal, it's a little bit funner. And now that it's like legal, it's like you say, commercial, and it's just not. It doesn't have that same feel no more. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't resonate. I don't know if that's because I'm 49 or because the times have changed, or maybe a little bit of both. But
Another
yeah.
very, very cordy thing.
Mhm.
No, we don't got too many gamers that watch this show, but did you see that GameStop has a promotion this week,
Mhm.
in honor of 420, where they're giving you $420
Peace out,
and
Bunky.
69 cents for a PlayStation. I mean, for an Xbox Series X console.
Get out.
$420.69, and they said on their X account, yes, it's intentional.
Okay. Gotta love marketing, baby. You
Is that
gotta
even
love.
more? It's just stupid. It makes me cringe when I see it. Like, really,
Yeah, I know. I
69
know.
and it's still funny? Aren't we all adults?
Yeah, not really. We're really not.
All
We're
right,
really
you're
not.
right.
We're
We're
going
just
we're
old
going the other
kids.
way. It's
You're right.
true, bro.
My
We're
bad.
going the other way. The internet is causing people to stay immature in like a weird way, you know?
Got you.
I had somebody tell me on the internet that I'm pretty sure, I think they're older than me. Um, you know, because I was saying something about some music or whatever, and I said that I like this artist or whatever, and they were like, I can't believe you said X, Y, Z. And I'm like, whatever, man. So I said what I said. Later on in the day, I'm seeing like posts about how people be saying I said what I said. I'll see him, I'll punch him in the face. Like, bro, you're like 66 years old. You ain't punching nobody in the face anymore. And you should stop talking that way because you're 66 years old. And then it kind of dawned on me, like, damn, yo, people just get loose with the mouth now. And the internet has definitely destroyed it. This is another feather in the cap of the internet having destroyed what used to be like good social behavior. You don't have that anymore, bro. That's why it's so. I think the people that are friends right now, like actual friends and get together and all that, you should cherish that right now, because like people are out here being weird, being raised weird. I see it every day with these little kids and the way they're treated and what their parents are saying to them in stores and all that. Yo, this shit is crazy out here, bro. Shit is crazy out here. So it doesn't surprise me that 420 kind of sucks now, and that sites are doing 420 69 cents for yeah, it's just immaturity, man. It's immaturity, and unfortunately it sells. That's the
I don't think nobody going to a GameStop. That's like Zombie Land. Like, fucking, it's going to a GameStop. All right.
You seen Kendrick's the new ambassador for Chanel and Gatorade?
Sure. I saw it.
You saw that?
Yeah.
It's cool. Chanel,
Why?
French owned company. um
Does Kendrick drinking a Gatorade make you want to buy Gatorade? Yes or no?
no,
Does Kendrick putting on Chanel cologne make you want to buy Chanel cologne? Yes or
no,
no?
no.
This is just people giving away money.
Yeah.
There's very few people that can actually sell product, like have the intended return that the people try.
Mm-hmm.
But because you don't go into the store and say Kendrick Lamar sent me here to buy that new cologne, they're not gonna know. They just think that it's working.
Yeah.
But honestly, none of this shit matters. When I
Yeah.
see Juju Watkins driving a Ford, I don't go buy a Ford. I drive what the fuck I want to drive, and it will
Right.
always be that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, I think there's very few people that can sell stuff, and
Mm.
they can only sell things in very specific niches, right?
Right.
Rihanna driving a Chrysler, I don't give a damn about. Rihanna putting on makeup, and I'm a girl, makes more sense. It's more attainable, so I want to
Sure.
go buy Fenty.
Sure.
Kendrick Lamar doing anything outside of music and maybe having a crossover like Balenciaga or Nike is not
Right.
going to move the needle at all. That's not his demographic.
it was that's the part that got to me. I was like Chanel. I'm like, I get it. It's like, very luxurious brand. It's up there. It's got a lot of prestige and stuff. But like, that's where you go with it with Chanel. So it's true. The matrimony there doesn't really make sense to me. I never looked at Kendrick that way. If anything, I looked at him the other way. Like
Kendrick Lamar is 5'6". The fuck is Gatorade gonna do for his 5%? He dunking. That nigga doing a windmill 360. He
he's gonna be
dunking.
able to rap longer, son.
Oh, all right.
Better,
We don't give a
control.
flying fuck. Michael Jordan is still selling Gatorade, and he ain't played in 30 years. Then that's the whole fact.
Yikes! You right. I know we're tired of talking about him, but you seen that shit that Ye said, right? You did, because just by your reaction, I know you did. I know you did.
Well, give yourself the one, bro. I'm good.
Oh man, I know you tired of talking about it. We don't even got to talk about it, but like, man, oh man, I just need this album to like do what he wants it to do, so he could just go back into the bushes and just stop saying shit, bro.
Kanye dropped the album, let it be outside for a week, and then took it back.
Yeah, what is that?
Bully.
What is that though? Why did he do that?
I don't, because he's weird. All right, we'll talk about it. I guess we have a responsibility. Kanye said he performed oral sex on his male cousin from like 6 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
If he did, that's very sad. If he didn't, just dumb. Once again, nothing that he says I actually find shocking. No. He could literally tell me that he was getting, I don't know, butt humped by an elephant, and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep.
There's nothing he could say that would shock me.
I know.
He's just saying shit. But once again, if he did that, that's horrible. I don't think he did though, and I don't think it really matters. Like, why are you even sharing that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to make of Kanye anymore.
He needs help, but I think that's overly said, and I think people think that. I think there are people who really think that he's just like trolling, and he's not. He's actually unstable, and it's obvious he's unstable. And I don't derive joy from like poking that bear, because there's no end game there. I don't think he's actually a weird individual. I think he's actually sick. I do.
Yeah, it's like he has this this oversharing thing that he like has to do. Like it's like and he knows the shock value in what he's saying. It's almost like that's why he's saying.
But I also know that he's talked with the same cadence and the same meandering style his whole career that we've seen him. Yeah. He's always been the person to flow from subject to subject and then come back. Yeah. So him being kind of mixy in that way don't shock me. The difference is that I think our understanding is that when his mom was alive, he took his medicine by his own admission, and he just didn't come off that way. And he didn't come off that way like a madman. I don't think he's crazy. I think he's unstable, and I think there's a difference. And I think we all may have thoughts that are not the norm for society at times in our lives. We just don't go around saying them because there's no value. And maybe for him there is value. He's trying to shock you into listening, but it doesn't work. You can't keep crying wolf and have the same effect. And for me, that's what this is. If the first time he said something weird was basically like Jay-Z's being controlled, I don't know, by the Illuminati, I might have listened, because it's like, oh, Kanye's eccentric, but he's never like lied on anybody. You know what I mean? Let me hear what he has to say. But if your entire shtick is crying wolf, then you have no shtick.
Right. 100% right. All right, man. Yeah, get your help, man. Take your meds. Do something, bro.
I wish his mom was around. No funny. I wish Kim would like go and help this nigga, because clearly he might be mad at her, but he loves her. I wish somebody that he gave a fuck about would go to him and be like, bruh,
right,
stop.
But you heard, enough's enough already. Like, get it together. He needs a get it together talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because he's got, it's not just him. You know what I'm saying? And like, sometimes I wonder if he even cares about that part. You know what I'm saying? But like, he's got family and seeds out here. Like, they get affected when this shit comes out like this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. Like you say, I hope you get the help you need. I hope you find peace within yourself so you can stop overshare. To me, it's a classic case of over fucking sharing for attention. but I just don't know if it's true or false or what it is. You know what I mean? And I just think the way he delivers it is an intentional, shocking type of way. And I don't know. I don't know. Get well, Kanye. Please get well. Interesting things on the internet was also people were kind of dragging Wallow from famous from his $1 million worth of game joint that he has with Gilly the Kid. And he also has a book. He's done some things, he's definitely self-made and kind of came up doing his thing. He has some commentary on a podcast about minority-owned businesses, and in specific, they were talking about Black, but for our purposes, I'll say minority because it kind of goes for both or for all. But like the comments were basically, I don't care if it's Black owned. I'm not buying bullshit. So like, you either make quality or I'm gonna go across the street and get it from the white man. And I think that part of his commentary was the part that everybody took issue with, because he said, I'll just go get it. I'll go get the quality from the white man. And when I read that and I saw it, I was like, damn, like what he said, his message is being lost in the way he delivered his message. You know what I'm saying? Because there is some solid value in what he's saying, where it's like, just because you're, for instance, Puerto Rican and you opened up your own shop and you're making Puerto Rican food, right? If the food isn't good, I'm not going to keep going there to support it just because you're Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican, you're Puerto Rican, you made a business, you want to sell food, I'm going to go buy it if it's good. If it's not good or it's not quality, it's bullshit, I'm not going to go and get it. It's really that simple, and I'll go somewhere else to get food. You know what I'm saying? I just won't go there. I do think people get a little sentimental. They get sensitive about certain things because you're like, yo, I made this business and y'all ain't, my people ain't supporting me and stuff. But it's like, you can't be selling bullshit. And I think that's where Wallow was going with it all. Did you catch wind of this whole thing on the internet, Black?
Yeah, I heard it.
All right. So how did you feel when it came across your phone or your computer?
I didn't, because I have common sense.
Okay.
I knew what he was saying, and I didn't overreact to the clips.
Did you find the overreaction like too much?
No, because I'm used to internet doing this now. So, and like, not even to be funny, like I'm more like exasperated. Like I feel like sometimes people are willfully. I know this is not grammatically correct.
Right.
That's the word for the day, grammatically.
Right.
Willfully ignorant. I know that's
Mhm.
not the proper. You can't put those two words together, but
Right.
I'm doing it. I think people on purpose sometimes just take the counterpoint to just be a counterpoint.
Right.
I thought it was very obvious that he didn't record himself from across the room, so it's
Right.
not him holding the phone, and then
Right.
leak this video of him having this behind closed doors motivational session with these entrepreneurs, and
Right.
him telling them, "Hey, don't rest on being Black as the reason that people are gonna support you. Make
Right.
it the product," was kind of obvious, and this was a non-story,
Mhm.
and people just ran with it because you should support Black, and that's not what he said at all. And
It's
exhausting, bruh. It's
Yeah.
exhausting. The internet just want the internet.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But in all of that, I do agree though. Like you put your best foot forward. If you're gonna do something, at least try to do it right. You know what I'm saying? And just because you are minority owned doesn't mean that it's your people's got to buy your stuff because you did it. That's just not how it's gonna work. You know what I mean?
Even if you feel that way, fuck you.
Right.
Like you're the only one that's gonna fail, so keep believing it. Like I don't give a shit if you feel like we should buy your trash ass clothes when you took a logo and ironed them onto a Walmart Fruit of the Loom t-shirt. I'm not buying that shit. So fuck you. Stop being stupid. Like it don't, like this conversation, bro. It don't even hurt us. It hurts you. You want to dump your lifesavers into an apparel line, but your apparel line, you ain't stitching out near thread. It's all press on logos. Get the fuck out of here.
Right. Yeah, I would always just say, just put your best foot forward and do it if you want to do it, not because you have not because you think it's cool or because it'll bring you some dough or something. Do it because you really love it. And I think when you do things from the heart like that, it ends up being quality. You know what I'm saying? Even if it doesn't start out as quality, it ends up being quality.
And you still probably will fail, and that's also okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't all be businesses. Somebody
Right.
has to be a consumer.
Sure, absolutely. Well said. Well said. Shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to House of Barbers. You know, that's the
Sure.
man style over there across the street from Marist College. You already know. And Blaze 'em Up Radio. Y'all been listening to this show on Finally TV. What we talking about every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. But you listening on Blaze 'em Up Radio. So shout out to you. Black, anything else you want to add to the conversation today? I had Little Wayne written down, but I think Wayne's just Wayne I think is just on drugs, and I also think that he just enjoys trolling a little bit. I think he likes
leave
trolling.
one of our goats alone.
Is it true though? When I say that, do you agree with me? You think he just be trolling these people in these interviews?
Of course, he's trolling.
Okay,
but the fact that people think that there could be a modicum of sincerity in what he's saying is hilarious.
yeah.
I didn't know that Not Like Us was a diss song. It's fucking hilarious. That's hilarious. And people be like, "Oh my god, you didn't hear? You so drugged out." It's like y'all stupid.
And the whole little Dirk thing with the shirts and all that, yeah.
But
it's
the shirt that he had in his house, and you're gonna say, "I didn't know Dirk was locked up," because y'all are dumb asking about things that are obvious.
You're
Obviously, he know that Dirk is locked up. That's why he got the shirt.
There it
Obviously, you know that. Come on, like stop, bro.
Yeah, that
Once again, the internet go internet, bro.
Hey, you got us talking about Lil Wayne though. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Weezy, man.
You need the
Six
Carter
for the
6 in
six.
your life?
I definitely need the Carter 6. I'm looking forward to the Carter 6. Can't wait to press play in the Carter 6. And I hope that he's giving me 2009 Wayne. That's what I want. I want Carter 3 Wayne.
Carter 3 Wayne. Is that the best one?
Yeah, before he went to prison. Yeah, before Jay had to pay them taxes. Yeah, we need that Wayne.
Shout out to Lil Wayne. Yo, they on the reels, like there was some music that came out like last week, but it's been like a slow music week too, man. Not too much on the docket for April here in the later weeks here. Did you listen to Wiz Khalifa's joint?
Nah. And I do gotta slide, bro. I gotta slide.
You're sliding?
Yeah, I need to.
Okay. You be good, be well. I'll talk to you soon.
Absolutely. But yo, check us out next week. We be back on tap and all that type of shit, and we won't be echoing. We promise. I'm gonna work on it because clearly it's my machine doing all the fuckery. So I got y'all. All right.
Peace. Yo, y'all be good. Y'all be well. You already know what it is. It's the What We Talking About show right here on Finally TV. It's 8:33 p.m. on a Tuesday, man. I shout out to y'all. Thank you for listening. And we will continue this conversation next Tuesday. So tap in with your boy. We here. Be well. Peace, y'all.